the spirits speak of destiny for you, and I wouldn't want to change that away. I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
Indeed, little captain. And I'm gonna put a hand on him and cast heroism.
What kind of destiny is this? I guess every story's got to start somewhere.
Oh, hi there. We didn't see you. Welcome to Link's Tome of Adventure. Greetings. Welcome. Hi, I'm Sam. This is Link. This is our cast for House Divided. If you're new to the tome, you can come check us out on Discord. Links will be popping up as we do the thing over there. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. Looking forward to this tale, and I'd like to acknowledge that the tome tonight is streaming to you from the traditional and unceded territories of the Musqueam Nation. It is our privilege and pleasure to work, play, and create on these beautiful lands. And if you want to learn more about stolen territories and the Indigenous plight, please go to native-land.ca, where you can find out more about the stolen lands that you inhabit. All that being said, let's get around to meeting who's here. I'm gonna leave Link till the end, because you should know who Link is already. And we're just gonna toss it around in the circle here. So going next up, Irving, or better known as Loki.
I'm known as Loki in the tome. I am playing Lokemos Kodoron, a Tiefling, and I am currently making a comic book, and you can find stuff about that comic book on Facebook on www.facebook.com/blackdragons7592. Here we go.
Got that. Did it. We're all good. It's a fantastic comic book, and you all need to go get yourself a copy today. But next we have the lovely pink-haired pixie. Not next. You're down there somewhere. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Haha.
Hi, I'm Aaryn. I'm from Even Footing Games. You can find Babies and Broadswords at evenfootinggames.com. I am playing Vespertine Raventree, an elf diviner.
Lovely. We love it. Babies and Broadswords, fantastic system. You write your own systems, which is super cool. Okay, I would love to do that at some point.
And they're super fun.
I know, they're fantastic. Too much. All right, next. This is as far as I got. Sam, back to you.
We're gonna hop on down to Alex.
Oh, hi. I'm Alex. I will be playing Marius Raventree, a investigator, a little broody, descendant of this questionable family, and struggling with the legacy that he inherits. I didn't know we were doing plugs, but what am I working on? Oh, I have I'm working on a game to make mass combat fun and cinematic and tropey and an exciting climax to your campaigns. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a Discord. It will be going up on Kickstarter. Look forward to that.
Lovely, it's fantastic. It's a great time. Love the mass combat. Yeah. Is that Trey next?
Hello, I'm Trey Justino, and I will be playing Dregovar the Monk, Dwarf Monk. I have been enjoying Link's games for the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm very happy and proud to be a part of this. I have several other irons in the fire right now with several companies. One company called the Dungeon Society that we work on producing tabletop content for 5e system. We're doing another company that's purely digital content that's called Scrying Iris Games, and we don't have a social yet, but I will have that out probably before next time. So I'll be able to share that with everybody. But yeah, if you like good games that are on the medium to dark side of the spectrum, then that's where we fall, and we think you'd enjoy our stuff. So that's me.
Always a good time. Fantastic storyteller. So happy to have you both here. So, because we have the lovely Amy rounding us out here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy, also known as Dancing Gnome. I am a Twitch streamer, variety streamer. I also help produce all of the things that Trey was talking about earlier. So we're really excited to be here. I'm gonna end up playing though Clover Honeyroot and her best companion Whisker Biscuits, her couch panther that she likes to call him. And the two Roman tiny panthers are Maui and Durban, in case you hear us yelling at them for doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Love the kitties in the background in the chat. Love them. So cute. Yeah.
Oh, and
that
hi, chat.
Hi.
And then we'll
and-
swing back to me
Yeah, back to you.
before I throw it to you. Hi, folks. I'm Sam. You know me from such places as Fableman, who's now part of this amazing place here at the Tome. You can catch me as the Tome Weaver all over Link's Tome and other places. Yeah, I'll be playing the half-elf, known as Elarion. Might be a little bit of a paladin bashy boy, but he'll look after you.
We love our paladins.
Always love our paladins. And I think that just leaves me. Yes, I think. I'm looking behind me because that's just habit at this point. But yeah, hi, I'm Link. This is my tome, Link's Tome of Adventures. I've been a professional DM for far too long, and I am still amazed that everybody wants to show up and listen and tell stories with me. It is a great time. I've loved doing it, and I'm so happy to have everybody here, all of you here tonight, to tell the tale of the Raventree family, figure out what exactly is going on in this broken manor. And this module was brought to me by Trey and Amy. They brought it to my attention. It's just full of spooky gothic horror and nonsense. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a little bit of intrigue and family drama, so it's going to be a little bit like Bridgerton meets Curse of Strahd. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so thank you all for coming out in the audience as well and hanging out and having a good time. We are going to get started here in just a moment, and we're going to be introducing everybody, and I hope you all have a great great. Well, if nobody else has anything to do here, then I think I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. Pull up here.
Let's go.
Do it. All right. Tonight, you'll have to excuse the dust. This place, this archive, has been waiting for you all. A year and change has passed since our last tale together. And I'm always surprised by how quickly time seems to fly in the material plane. But time is also a wide-ranging theme in the story I have prepared for you all today. It's a curious one, tale. One of a noble house fallen from grace. Story of choices, and of the ensuing consequences born of choices. The fragile little thread woven fabric, family line. As I'm sure we're all well aware, such ties bind quite a bit tighter than you would initially imagine. The ways in which family die often unpredictable. I welcome you all to a house divided. Tonight you are going to meet 6 members of the Raventree family. Some are distant relatives, while others are simply were in the employ. This family was once grand, wide-sweeping, and influential. All of the members you'll meet tonight have ties to the house. All of them their own reason for returning. Important to note that as of 20 years ago, prior to the start of tonight's adventure, the Raventree house disappeared off the face of the earth, leaving nothing but a rotting husk of a manor site behind. And the stories that come from Husk Manor are quite intriguing. Adventurers, ghosts, maybe something more nefarious. But that's all they are now. Where you see stories are real stories that matter. Don't merely entertain. Helpful side effects. No, such stories reveal, they reflect, they resolve quite a few missing pages. Tonight, we will see what the moonlight in the Ferncombe Valley has to reveal for our family members. Now, as a reminder to you all watching tonight, we are merely observers of the archive. I am but the keeper of tales long forgotten, some of which should stay that we not interfere directly. Are here to witness what unfolds as our family members begin exploring the sprawling estate. Perhaps give the occasional nudge should they get lost among their walls. Our tale begins, as many does, born out of ignorance. People making decisions without all the facts and all of the clues necessary to move forward correctly. They brush past signs that they've seen before. They ignore the obvious call to danger. Most importantly, they fail to see the truth that has been staring them in the face for time. So, shall we turn the page and start a new tale tonight in the archive? Let us see what's waiting for us in the dark Ferncombe. We are going to pick up inside of a carriage, racing its way, barreling its way toward the town of Ferncombe, which is nestled in a little secluded valley off of the Sword Coast, north of Waterdeep by a week and a half. And inside this carriage sits a singular figure who's poring over a textbook along with some notes. What's going through your head, Marius?
Marius is constantly questioning whether or not this is the right thing to do. You can see he's got like a magnifying glass out, looking at the textbook there, almost as if looking for some hidden meaning or some perhaps something erased off the page and trying to look for residue of it. But the magnifying glass isn't moving because he's not really reading. He's kind of doing that thing where you pour over the same sentence 5 times over because his mind is distracted. Instead, thinking of, is this a trap? Am I trapping myself in accepting, again, being pulled back into something that was not good for me? And yeah, as the countryside sort of rolling by, you hear the wheels of the wagon. It just all becomes an ambient noise that feeds into the spiral.
Yeah. Inside your notebook, you're going over the same sentence that is revealing blood sample testing correlate your mother is not related to the Raventree.
At some point, actually reading that sentence pauses. Thrown out for a second, confused. What? Rereads it again with purpose. Okay. I flip to see if there's more.
You flip over the report and you look and you see that none of your siblings or your cousins match the DNA of any of the Raventree. Your grandmother doesn't. Great-grandmother doesn't. But then you get to the back of the report. See your blood sample. You are an 85% match for the Raventree DNA.
You can hear the sounds of the papers flipping back and forth, checking different things. Turns the back wall of the carriage into like a murder board, putting, trying to connect different samples together, like almost like trying to double check the work to draw the same conclusion. Because does this make any sense?
Doesn't, and it's confusing, and it's a little bit worrying. Why don't I have you give me a wisdom saving throw just from the shock of this all?
All right, here we go.
First roll. Let's go. Hey! It's a crit.
Okay.
That's a crit!
Fucking Tome.
Let's go.
That's a save here. We love that.
Get the spiral going more. The juices are flowing. All right, we're investigating.
You are not frightened at all. You are like locked in. You are ready to go, and you are tearing through this. You pull out this large piece of parchment and you unfold it and kind of pin it to the back wall of the carriage to start your murder board, as you put it. And it's a large family tree, huge, goes back 8 or 9 generations. And you pull out a quill and you move your finger along over to your kind of branch, over to your mother, and then you have to start crossing out names.
Okay.
And these are not the only names that are crossed out in your hand. There are family members, distant, all over the place. There are gaps all over this family tree where there's no straight line back to the top of this tree anymore. All over the place, there are just missing pages.
Does it seem like there's like missing links to the point where certain entire strands of family can't be tracked back to?
Yes, exactly. It's a patchwork.
Historical head.
Yeah, trying to get back to any semblance of reason is not making. You're not getting anywhere. And what's more worrying, you got to go back to your reports. Your mother's blood tests for an elven family far to the east, and your cousin's test to a different elven family far to the north, even though they should be all testing relatively the same. They should have a similar mixture. These are polar opposites of each other. Your immediate family is far flung over probably 5 other elven houses.
Okay. All right. This is yeah, I think any sort of pretense of propriety is lost at this point, as it starts like, opening up his own bag and like looking through for like we're charting out this whole thing.
Yeah.
Trying to put this together, because this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and yet everything is so seamlessly falling apart with just a single pulling at a single strand in the weave. So there must be something to this.
Yes, there's definitely something going on, and you're going to get to the bottom of it. And as the wind kind of whips through the open carriage window, it's a cool night. The moon is high. It's not quite full yet, but it's getting full. And the stars are out, few clouds. It's late summer, so it's got that chill of autumn in the air, and you hear a knock at the window as the carriage driver kind of leans over, and he shouts in, "We'll be there in about an hour."
Oh, great. Right. Thank you for the heads up. It's going to take about an hour. So, keep any
Suit
sense of
yourself.
organization.
Hmm. And
Yeah, start putting things away, but doing that thing like when you discover something cool when you're packing to move and you could totally get distracted by a certain
Yep.
point. So it's like loses a bunch of time while trying to pack up the case back into a folder for later.
Then, and yeah, slowly but surely you start to pack up all of your things, and eventually, even as the last thing you put away is the family tree and these new blood reports. And you're kind of looking them over, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and just don't want to put them away. But you also know you have to, because you look out the carriage window and you can see the light Ferncombe, sleepy little town down the hillside, not far from you, and you stuff the papers away. You kind of get ready to take the next step.
Small just tenses up being back here.
Yeah. How long has it been since you've been in this valley?
Probably longer than the house has been disappeared. Probably would have left before, so over 20 years. Been here, been away longer than he was there for.
Yep.
A whole lifetime ago. Yet it's still eerily familiar. Not much has changed.
Right. Which is comforting and concerning at the same time.
Yeah, there's something insidious about it. Almost as if the preservation effort is impressive. Or at least that's what he is telling himself.
Oh, right. Well, as you pull up outside of the inn, we will leave Marius for now. And we are going to check on someone who has already arrived at the inn. Someone who arrived probably about 2 hours ago, stumbled his way in after walking into the valley and hitchhiking his way in. So, so inside this tavern, Lokemos, you're sitting warm, comforting. The locals here kind of give you your space. They're not rude, but they definitely serve you. They give you your food. Maybe some people look at you every once in a while, but nobody's saying anything fake. Lots of cedar wood decoration, tables all throughout tavern, and brightly lit. There's some sort of performer singing near the fireplace, near the hearth, and you have gotten yourself a drink. What kind of drink do you order for yourself?
Lokemos would probably have some really dry ale. The driest ale you could probably think of.
Okay. Yeah, you get served this simple dry ale. It's basically sand at this point, so dry. You have to have a glass of water with it, just sure that you don't choke on the complimentary bread. Do you order any food to go along with it?
No, I think he's gonna take his ale and then sit in the corner and kind of look about everybody who's here, basically. Kind of keep an eye out.
Makes sense. Maybe after about an hour of being there by yourself, your waitress will check on you a couple times, but there's this person who has finally. They came in with you as you entered the. They've been ordering drinks. They've been giving you eyes every once in a while. They're pretty nice looking human woman in a long, flowy sundress with a floral design stitched into it by hand. Got brown curled hair that goes down her shoulders, and after about an hour, she finally has had enough of her own ale to strike up the courage to wander over to you. And as she does so, she misjudges one of the steps, a couple of steps going down to the little area you're in. Misjudges one of the steps, kind of stumbles and hits her hip on one of the tables. Like, tries to regain her composure as best as you can now that she spilled half of her mug onto the floor. Thankfully, not under her, but she finishes walking over to you and tries to sit down, thinks better of it, like, so she half squats, but then sits back up and puts her mug on the table, and she's like, I like your horn.
Thank you. Are you all right? That looked like it hurt just a little bit.
All right. Sorry, my headset was acting up. Try again.
Oh, he said that are you all right? That looked like it hurt a little bit.
It certainly wasn't fun. I wouldn't do it again. I just we don't get a lot of newcomers around here, and I think you're kind of cute, so I just it really hurt.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, but he's gonna turn away just a little bit, just look the other direction. Thanks. You're all right yourself, I suppose.
If it's okay, can I join you and maybe I can buy the next round?
Oh yes, of course. Please do sit down. And he'll make sure that he moves his chair away from where she sits, just a smidge bit to where it's not looking too obvious he's moving away from her.
So where are my manners? Tonight is a mess. I'm so sorry. Anaria. It's nice to meet.
My name is Lokemos. It's a pleasure.
That's a very pretty name. She has kind of really nice brown eyes, smiles, and leans in a little bit across the table as she signals the waitress to get another round. So what brings you to our little town?
I'm actually searching for someone. I'm told that they came through here. They'll like look up at the tavern area, I should say. So I'm just passing through.
I don't want to sound rude, but nobody really passes through Firmcombe. We're kind of the end of the road.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we just have our little farming community, and then the I don't know, the old ruin, but it's kind of it down here. There's not a lot down in this valley, and there's only the one way in and out. So,
well, maybe you can help me. I'm actually looking for a person with the red scallion. Does that sound familiar to you?
Um, I and she kind of her entire demeanor changes as kind of uncomfortable and I I don't know why you should stay away. I don't know what you've heard, but that place is not good. I've
Hmm.
lost friends to that place a lot, and people like
Really?
yeah, people like you would come and hire my friends to take them out to the house, and there was a guy who was looking for that red whoever. None of them came back.
It sounds like that's exactly where I need to be. Where is it? Could you direct me?
Um, I can't take you there, but I'm gonna have another drink over there at the bar and come ask
Oh,
me in an hour. And hopefully I will be drunk enough to tell you.
drink away. I will be here. I have no place to be except never mind. I'll let you go get to it.
Great, great. And she stands up a little too quickly. Can I have you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not quite a nat 20 there. So she stands up so quickly that she knocks the table up. She hits her hip again and swears, God damn it. And she knocks, she had her drink, thankfully, but she knocks your mug of ale just completely into your lap. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I gotta go.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm actually going. Okay, so I do want to ask. I have a spell elementalism that lets me control basically water substances. Would this count? As would ale count? It's
What?
because it technically just says here. I'll put it in chat.
Yeah, toss it up in chat. Let's see what,
Because otherwise, I do have an alternative. It's the beckon water portion of it. Oh wait, no. It's shape water. I'm sorry. That doesn't do what I need it to do anyway. So I'll do shape water.
I think you could pull the liquid out of your clothing a little bit and kind of shape it into something here. I guess you could. What does that all look like as you kind of pull this liquid out of you?
So he'll start to like move his hands kind of like this, and it's gonna be green magic coming, just like forming around the area. And so like the entire time, fingers are gonna be like kind of like I don't know what we call this, but crossing his fingers kind of like this as he's casting the spell, and just
Okay.
moving his hands up with it.
Yeah, you kind of collect it, you pull it out of like your pants and maybe the bottom of your shirt and form it into this sphere, and then you gently like deposit it back in the mug. You're not really, thankfully, about this time the waitress comes with a new round, so you kind of she looks at the old mug and she's like, "Do you still want that?" Or
No, that's all right. Thank you.
she'll take it. Many of the tavern patrons are now looking at you because that display definitely caught their attention, including the attention of a Marius happens to be walking in. Point, but we'll get to that in a bit. For now, your friend Naria kind of stumbles up the stairs quickly, tries not to trip over her own feet, and you see that she orders 3 shots from the bartender and just goes to town.
Lokemos will flag down a waitress. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. What do you need?
Do you know her?
Daria? Yeah, she's always doing the most. Trying too hard and trying to get out of here. Honestly, she's harmless, but she's hitting it kind of hard tonight, huh? Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Trust me, I'm not worried at all. I'm just curious, is all. She has information that I'd like to know about.
Heard that one before, buddy. I wouldn't hold your breath.
He'll smile. Thank you. And he'll give her a gold coin.
Well, thank you. And if you need, I happen to know the information that Neria knows. Let me know.
Well, now that you've mentioned it, actually, yes. Are you familiar with the Red Scullion?
Is that like an onion?
No. Never mind.
Right. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, let me know if you need anything else.
He'll nod. And they just sit back and take another drink of his very, very dry ale.
Very nice, very nice. So we will leave Lokemos and Marius inside this tavern. And we will go and meet up with a pair of creatures that are walking their way through the woods. You're walking towards Ferncombe right now, Clover, and pawing silently next to you, Whiskers with their ears back, tail kind of flicking back and forth. Both of you are on edge. You got that letter a few days ago. And as you walk and pad your way along, you can see the lights of the town through the tree line, and hold up your lantern to see a large swath of bright silver-colored grass all at your causes Whiskers to hiss at it.
Oh, honey, I know. But you can't you can't be hissing at every little blade of grass, all right? You're going to see a lot of it.
Whiskers paws at some of the grass and brushes it, tries to step on it more around the edges. Whiskers doesn't want to go through this. Yeah. She walks around the grass.
I kind of scratch his little muzzle, lure him around the other side.
Does not take his eyes off the grass, and as you're walking around it's probably a 15-foot diameter circle of this grass. As you're walking around the outside of it, around the edge, give me a perception check.
I was not prepared, sorry. Perception. Not great.
You know that this patch was not here the last time. Probably about a week ago was the last time you visited Ferncombe for some resupplies as you were headed back home. And as you're walking in the moonlight with your lantern up, you know that this patch is new, and it can't discern how quickly it's spreading.
Have I noticed about any creatures or anything like that is about are there less creatures than there normally would be?
This time of night, there seems to be less than maybe normal, but not by a ton. There's less nocturnal animals going on right now because it's about 9, 10 o'clock at night. And so as you're kind of moving about, you hear the bats, you hear the small mammals, nocturnal mammals running around and scurrying around. In fact, you see like a little badger maybe poke his face out and start eating the grass, the silver grass patch that's right here. And seems fine.
He seems fine.
Yeah, he doesn't like throw up or convulse or like act any differently. But you do know that like the tip of his tail, most of his little tail, has turned silver.
Okay, I'm gonna like hang out with this creature for like 20 minutes or as long as I possibly can to see if like that silver grows any
Yeah.
as he's like eating and chilling.
Yeah. How do you get him to stick around? Kind of just like came up, wanted some grass, sees you. He's like, not my vibe. I'm gonna leave. I'm out of here, kind of
Can I
thing.
give him some like little bit of ration or something?
Yeah. You hold out your hand. Give me an animal handling check.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Whiskers instinctively knows to like back off, keep a decent distance near you in case you get into any danger, but like backs off, so not in the sight of the badger. This badger kind of sniffs around, sniffs at the trail ration, gently, gingerly, like moves its way across silver grass patch towards you, gets over to you. You notice that his paws have been stained silver as well, walking through the grass and leaving this residue behind. And as you watch him and you observe for 20 minutes, like you said, he happily takes this trail ration out of your hand, and the little silver stripe down his tail does in fact grow about half an inch while you're watching him. Spreads up his tail, and it doesn't seem to be hurting him. It's just like turning his fur the silver color.
I scribble that down real quick in a little notebook and tuck it away in a pouch. And then turn to Whisker Biscuit and go, don't step in it. Definitely don't eat it. Or you're gonna turn out like this guy. Got it?
Gets really close to the edge of the grass, Whiskers, and just like sniffs at
Your
the silver grass.
Your coat's so pretty, don't do it. You're gonna turn it all silver. And then I'm gonna have to like change my whole wardrobe and we won't go together anymore. Do you know how long it took me to weave all of this out of your fur?
Sniffs at the silver grass and then hisses at it again and turns away.
All right, come on, let's go.
And yeah, you guys head out, you walking through the forest a little bit, and your mind is wandering back to that letter that you got not that long ago. And just a couple days ago, you got this letter, and what was going through your mind when you got the letter?
I think I've just been really focused on what's been happening like with the grass that it hasn't really fully, I don't know, materialized into something really just yet.
Got it. No, this is your path. You'll figure it out later. You just gotta go.
Yeah. We'll figure it out along the way. We gotta keep moving.
Okay. Nice. As you continue along, you eventually see the light of town ahead, down. So you kind of come out of the trees, out of the woods that you know so well, probably mapped just by memory at this point.
Yeah.
And you come out onto the dirt road that leads to Ferncombe proper, and you're like, I don't know, a 20-30 minute walk away, town in the distance, and it's not terribly far away, but you're kind of happy to be out of the woods. Can you make a dexterity throw?
Saving throw?
Yes.
No.
So
Barely.
as you step out from the woods next to the road, you still thinking about that letter and thinking about the grass you just saw and that badger, still kind of buzzing around in your head, and you're not really paying attention. You almost step onto the road, which normally wouldn't be a problem because there's not a lot of traffic down here to Ferncombe, except at that exact moment that a carriage tearing along the curve, just going full tilt, and thankfully it doesn't hurt you, but it does kind of knock you backwards and you fall prone down into the ditch next to the road, and Whiskers jumps up on the road itself, hisses at the carriage, and then hops down into the ditch and the reeds next to you and kind of licks your face.
Yeah, you definitely got to tell him who's boss first before coming and helping me, huh?
Hisses gently at you and then licks you.
All right, now, let's get out of here, and I'm riding you into town.
He kind of
Oh no, we got in trouble last time. I need you to leave you right outside the gate. All right, well, I'm riding you to the gate.
puts his head under your legs and like tosses you up, land, and he stretches and then just begins like bounding towards town. It should only take about 10 minutes with him running.
I like to think that we run like full tilt up to like whatever entry gate is there, and anybody that's checking, just like within 5 feet of them, just stop. And then he like flops over on his side, and I get off.
You get up to the side of the town gate. The gate really isn't a gate. It's just an archway made out of wrought iron that says Ferncombe and covered in ivy, right, all throughout it. And he slides you off / you get off of him, and he just like flops over onto the side of the road and just starts panting. And there's a couple guards that are sitting there right next to this archway. There's no wall. They're just one on either side of the archway that is standing there. And they're in pretty beat up leather armor. One has a spear, and the other one looks like he took a pitchfork and tried to sharpen the tines into like a trident thing, and it didn't really work. One of the points is like bent slightly.
I adjust my my big old rifle on my back and be like, all right, Whizbang, let's go. And like before they can say anything, and I'm walking through, I'm like, yeah, Whisker Biscuit's gonna stay outside, don't you worry, and he will not try to eat you. He just wants to smell you to see how you might taste.
Now, Clover, you told us last time that that's what was gonna happen, and he bit me.
Nah, he won't this time, I promise.
Okay, you're gonna have to bring more biscuits next time. Did you bring biscuits this time?
Yeah, they're in his pouch, and they just keep walking as they can look at it on the saddle. There's like a little bag.
You watch the guard like turn around, and he's just this like young guy. He's probably like in his 20s, little like elf dude, and he like looks over at Whiskers, who isn't terribly imposing, but like looks over at Whiskers. Whiskers like hisses, and the guy goes pale.
Whisker, you at least let them get you your biscuits. All right.
You head into
my little forest nomads walks away.
Yeah, you just head into town confidently, trying to head towards the tavern here. I also realized, I'm so sorry, I never named the tavern. I knew I forgot something. So we're gonna do it. Actually, why don't we have chat name the tavern?
It's gonna be Tavern McTavernface.
You know, and we'll take it. And we will take it. Anybody got a name for a tavern out there?
Proud participation.
Love it.
No, I just have a random generator here, but we'll come back to that. Anyway, while we wait for that to pop up, and we leave Clover behind, at least for now, we are going to rewind ever so slightly, and we're going to go back into that carriage that nearly ran Clover off the road, where there are two figures sitting inside who have been traveling for almost 4 days now, traveling in this carriage from lands unknown, far-flung from Ferncombe. One of them has jet black hair and is scribbling frantically into a notebook, muttering to herself all sorts of things. what is going through Vesper's mind?
She is really trying to find something that rhymes with bravery, and she's going through her head, and she's like, savory, flavory, flavory, and is doing this kind of out loud a little bit. Yeah, and it's really fun because that's basically all she does is talking, like working out her rhymes.
All right. All right, Vesper, you're looking across from this elf man. He's in some sort of armor. He looks kind of annoyed that you're just muttering to yourself. And you take a moment to you put bravery aside for a minute. You look back over your stanzas, and what do you have so far? What's going on in this poem?
Well, I've just been looking at this guy who's kind of like got some armor on, I would imagine. And so I've been trying to write a poem about a knight. So give me 1 second and I will tell you what I've got so far. Did I perhaps get the person across from me's name at some point?
At some point, you would have learned that their name is. I forget how to pronounce your character, Tim. I so am very sorry. How do you pronounce your character?
Elarion?
Here we are.
So-
Well,
Yeah. So Vesper kind of says, okay, are you ready to listen to your poem? And listen, I know you're bored of being in here, and so am I, but people pay a lot of money for poetry that is going to tell their future, and I'm doing this one for free. So, like, feel really special. And so she reads out, Elarion faced the vicious monster in his armored finery, bloody the battle that raged until the beast was fed. In death, people will sing songs of his bravery and rarely remember his inadequacies in bed.
Really now, I know you've tried to work your way with those words of ever so slightly, but really, in bed?
It rhymes with fed.
It does, but also, does it not rhyme with lead? Like, led valiantly?
Sure. However, that's not what the spirits wanted me to say.
So we're going to talk about this very openly in court?
This is a private matter for you to know that when you die in battle, nobody's going to talk too much, only a little bit, about your inadequacies.
What do you mean,
So,
when? I'm going to live forever!
That's not what the spirits tell me.
Well, perhaps we should get a few more spirits together and form a quorum to get a decision on this. They still form those, right?
I mean, I talked to a few of them, and they were all pretty sure that at some point you're gonna die. They didn't tell me when exactly, but you know, it's coming for you down the road.
I mean, perhaps it is when everybody dies. The lich death of the universe.
Sure, and when that happens, there will be enough people to only occasionally talk about your inadequacies in bed.
I always wish that I was a little more dwarven.
Vesper, you feel this pull at your chest, at this locket that you have under your shirt, and you just hear this gravelly voice in your head that whispers to you and is like, going to be eaten by spider
Yeah.
Painfully.
So the spirits do think that it is in fact a spider that's going to eat you. So, listen, like I said, normally I charge a lot of money for this sort of, poetry that kind of tells you your future. But just because we've become such friends on this long, long journey, it's free for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I shall avoid spiders in bed forevermore.
Well, yeah, perfect. Probably a good call. I don't know.
It
that
is
the
so
spiders-
sworn.
Sure. And she kind of like goes back to her book and is like, okay, you gotta be a little bit more, less, have to be more direct with Elarion.
It's just like looking at his reflection in the window.
Can I have you two make me dexterity saving throws, please? As you hear a scream outside and carriage kind of rocks to one side.
And then a lot of cussing. And
Hey, another crit!
Another crit.
We really
Big
are starting
pieces
off
going up.
strong.
Please. Please.
Guardian, yes, maybe, no.
Maybe.
There we are. All right.
Maybe.
Both of you keep yourself seated as your carriage kind of whips around this corner really tight. You hear a scream outside, and then both of you could swear that you hear like a hissing cat.
Probably not
but
important.
it's fine. Move on. The carriage keeps going. You can see the town lights in the distance. But unfortunately, in this ensuing like corner that happens, some of both of your papers kind of get scattered all over the floor. They get thrown all together, and just a big pile on the carriage floor under.
At that, Vesper will try to manically pick up and make sure that, like, she's not worried about her poems, but other pieces of paper she wouldn't want just laying around.
Yeah.
Do
Makes sense.
you require aid with that? My stuff
I'm
is
fine.
waterproof.
I'm fine. Obviously, I don't want you to rust and get stuck in that position or anything.
Just a little, you know?
Yeah, it's.
Oh my,
you
they've
know,
gotten terribly wet.
Yes. No, that's fine. I've got it. This was not that important anyway, and she kind of crumples it up and shoves it back in the notebook. That's of no importance.
Very well.
So you get the papers all sorted, and some of them were yours, Vesper, and some of them were Elarion, so you kind of figure out which ones are his, or obviously his, and all of yours that are obviously yours, and you hand him his pile.
These are the ones with no artistic merit. Here you go.
Correct. This one depicts me in several stances. It's very crudely drawn. Note the small sword. I need to work on proportions.
Right. That way, hopefully someday they won't talk about your large sword in bed.
Or the sheath. It still has a sheath.
Sure.
Like I tried to draw that there.
Absolutely. Just keep, doing your stretches, buddy. Don't
Ones and
lock up.
twos.
And shortly after that, you guys go under this archway. You pull up next to, behind a carriage in front of this nice looking building. The town of Ferncombe itself, pretty small. It's not terribly big. It's got a town hall. You see a little library, and then you see this big tavern. Nice sort of brick facade on the outside. There's people drinking, heading in and out of the doors. It smells very nice, sweet. And over the doorway, there's a little sign that's waving gently in the night breeze that declares that this is Ink and Quill Tavern. So, a feather sticking out of a little ink pot, hanging a sign.
Oh, I get it.
Finally, my ass is asleep. I'm really tired of sitting.
This is
There are exercises for that. Have you attempted the stretches of the buttocks?
I don't know if you noticed, but when we almost the carriage almost crashed, you almost fell over, and I was completely fine. I think I'm doing fine with my stretches.
Well, if you ever need to practice, I'm very good at holding a putting legs over heads, to put it lightly.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm glad to know. Sounds like a really important skill set, and I'm really lucky that we have gotten to be such great friends.
And remember, always wear your gauntlet before battle.
I have some gloves somewhere, but I'm not much for armor. I'm more like a in the back kind of person, just cheering you on by making sure you know that you are supported.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The world needs more like you.
I have to ask, Vesper, have you cut all of the fingertips off of your gloves? All of your leather gloves?
Absolutely. Because it's super gay.
So, you guys have been in the carriage together for about 4 days now. But as Vesper, you two step out of the carriage, it's kind of the first time you're seeing each other at full stature. And what does Vesper see?
She looks up and she's like, taller than I thought you would be. Because she's on the shorter side.
Okay.
Yes, I enjoy being a slightly taller than average half-elven man.
Well, just good that you are here to be a meat shield.
Yes, and I enjoy blocking things with my ears,
Yeah. Okay. My ears haven't also pointy and don't block much. Do you have some sort of ear shields?
Well, yes, that is my belief in my ears.
Excellent.
Very devoted.
I will talk to the spirits about that and see if they have any predictions.
If there's more spiders involved, I fear there may be trouble.
Well, I mean, they're pretty clear on the fact that you're going to be eaten by spiders at some point. They've not told me when.
A helmet is necessary to prevent drowning.
Yes. They also want you to wear a helmet. Probably will
And cover
help you
my
out.
beautiful ears? How dare they?
The spirits, they've got lots of things to say. And I really honestly haven't had enough time to get my thoughts together and put them into, rhyming couplets.
Understandable. After 4 days on the road, anyone would do as they're told. I could have been a bard.
Yes, of course.
That's how
I
you
don't
don't go
know
very
any bards.
far.
I don't know any bards. However, I'm sure that you would have been a great one. I again am a diviner.
Yes, I wasn't attempting to imply otherwise. I simply thought about it once upon a time.
So
Okay.
while this is all happening, Clover, you have walked into town and you found the Ink and Quill, and these two are standing outside. So the big half-elf man and this kind of shorter elf-looking, black-haired girl are standing outside the carriage that you immediately recognize as the one that tried to run you off the road.
Well, howdy there, as a 2-foot forest gnome with a black rimmed cowboy hat and black poncho comes around the corner. Underneath, you can see glimpses of like an orange kind of fabric textile shirt and pants shorts combo with some clearly like riding and hunting boot type of attire. This y'all's carriage?
What? No, but we did pay for it.
Yes. We were
Right,
on the
right.
inside of it, yes. We weren't driving it.
All right.
Well,
Do
no,
you
Driver's
know
still
how to
here?
drive? Are you here to relieve the driver?
And I walk right past him. I don't even acknowledge him. I just walk right past, go up to the driver. I'm like, driver, sir? Sir, driver, sir, sir.
Hello? Yes? What? Oh my god, you! Hi! Hello?
I'm gonna need you to come down here because I don't want to have to yell this across the street. Last time I did that, I got in real trouble.
Alright, this woman dude like hops down out of the carriage and kind of dusts off his pants, gets a little in your face, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What? Hold on." And he like kneels, he like squats down to be at your level.
Much
What?
obliged. Much obliged.
What can I do you for?
So I'm gonna need you to go back to whatever carriage driving schooling you had or teaching or mentor and just give whoever gave you that training a big old slap in the face like I want to do right now, but I got in trouble for assault a week ago, so I'm not gonna do it again. So I don't know how you miss a panther-sized orange companion cat. I mean, they're like the size of one of your horses here, but you almost ran us over back there.
Oh no! You got me mixed up. I dodged the cat. I was aiming for the dog thing that was next.
All right. Anyways, if you want to call it square, you owe me a whiskey.
I got places to be. I got a timetable. You went to school?
I grab him by his little, I buy his little scruff. I'm like, a whiskey, sir? Or they're gonna put me back in jail for the things I'm gonna do to you.
Here's 3 silver. You can. Are we good?
There. And she walks into the tavern.
He turns to Vesper. Just locals. Am I right?
Oh, is that the local word for...
I also need a drink, and Vesper walks inside.
None of them are right out here. They've all been touched by that family up there. I'm not saying if y'all need to get a carriage, I don't know, hire one of these folk to take you out. It's a pleasure doing service. I'll bill your houses, right? Your name is Elroy?
Close enough, dear lad.
Alright, yeah, I got you here. And he hops back up in the carriage and kind of like turns around and heads out of town. Well, as the 3 of you start walking into the tavern, we will pick back up to Marius. You entered the Ink and Quill right around the time Lokemos was doing his little light show, pulling out ale from his clothing and putting it back into his mugs. You definitely would have seen that as you walked in. But after that display was done, Everybody's looking over there. The bar is kind of clear. At least the bartender looks over, sees that you're a newcomer. Nods, kind of a portly guy, a little bit balding on the top of his head, a little red face. Says, you're new. What do you drink?
Depends what my options are.
Ale, beer, whiskey.
That's what I thought. I'll have a whiskey.
Very good. He pours you. How do you want it?
Just what? Sorry, Rux, I guess. I look down and he's still like, you know, tapping forehead, looking at these notes that are like folded. The little folder there has like a couple papers that are exposed. Just constantly tapping.
Yeah, he
Focused on that.
pours you your whiskey. He pours the whiskey and then he's like, oh. He goes over and he takes a giant ice cube and kind of just like drops it into the whiskey. And then he slides it over to you. There.
Thanks.
It'll be 3 silver.
Oh, sure. Take out my change purse there. I'm like, 3 silver. Dang. But yeah, I'll pay him. And certainly nurse the drink.
Yeah.
Marius is the kind of person to like spin the rim as he goes.
Twist. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Very nice.
absent-mindedly.
What?
How was the whiskey?
It's fine. Not great. It's not terrible. You've definitely had worse. And after you've kind of sipped a little bit, the bartender comes back and he's like, "So what are you in town for? What's your thing?"
Oh, that's the question, isn't it? He looks and he says, "Enough. Like, okay, enough from the papers for a minute." Says, "Well, to be honest, I was curious about that. That disappearing mansion that seems to have made a return." He looks and sees if he has any sort of reaction to that.
You one of them?
I'm not sure. I'm curious if that's what you're asking me. I'd like to know more.
I got people I gotta serve as so like they'll come in. I'll come talk to you in a bit.
Sure. Can I make an insight check there? Is he wary of me? Is he wanting to say something, but it's a little too public right now? What was that hesitation about?
Give me an insight check.
All right. 23.
Hey, very nice. Something's up. He definitely doesn't want to say too much. He looks a little fearful as well. So it's more than just weariness towards, but he also, even through the fear, he's like, I want to say something, but you can also tell when he starts talking about this, like when he gets into it with you, it's gonna be a bit. This is gonna be like a one and done kind of conversation. It's gonna be a bit. So he needs to go make sure that everyone's attended to in the bar.
Yeah. Because I'll probably be nursing on this for a while. Not much of a drinker.
Nice. And he goes and he starts interacting with the other patrons, getting the drinks, lots of ale, not a lot of beer. And as he is tending to people, he's always shifting his eyes towards you. He's always like looking at you, keeping an eye on you, seeing where you are. At one point he has to like pass you to go get some like another cask or something. You can see that he's trying to see what you're reading. Like trying, but it's upside down and probably in like a strange handwriting, and he like can't make
Doing that
anything
like
out.
arm position where you're sort of looking down at it, but kind of hiding.
Yeah,
Makes it hard to peer over there.
looks kind of annoying. But eventually he finishes up with the other trend.
Yeah.
As
I do
for
also have like a big old medicine kit, just like probably by my feet. So, there's some hints.
questionable, yeah. But he sets down next to you. He pulls over a stool on his side and pours himself his own shot of whiskey. He takes it. So are you one of them, or were you hired by one of them?
No, I'm here out of personal curiosity. I didn't know anyone else had been hired.
People get hired all the time. People have claims, a lot of things around here, but they all lead to one place. That place, trouble.
It sounds like it's causing a lot of trouble for the locals.
It wouldn't be. Y'all would just leave it alone.
There have been people who've come here before in the last couple of years.
What? This relative, that relative, they'll disappear or they don't find anything. So, like, the few people that have come back didn't find anything but rock.
Right. So this is just another person stirring up trouble that you'll have to deal with afterwards. I get it. But tell me, how many of them were trying to stake some sort of claim? I'm assuming all of them, right?
Most of them say they have a claim. Whether or not any of them are legitimate, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to no school.
Well, what if someone was trying to make sure that house went away again? Would that be more of interest to the town?
Son, it already went away. It's gone.
I want to know what happened, and I want to make sure it stays that way.
Well, then you can go up there by yourself. You can go and disappear just like all the rest of them. See if I care.
People disappear as soon as they step on the property?
No, but not exactly a small hike up to the house.
Well, that's interesting. So you see people go up there and then none of them return, but you've seen them go up the trail.
Few of them came back.
Few of them came back.
Couple. Maybe 6 in 10 years.
Wow. If you happen to know or know where I could find out, I'd love to hear what they saw.
They didn't see anything. They just saw rocks. They didn't see or hear. Some of them heard ghosts. Some of them heard spirits moving around. I don't know what happened in that house, nor do I really care. But people that came back changed. They were different. They were touched by something.
And none of them made it inside. Interesting. Well, I will take your words seriously. I am curious to understand and make sure that whatever caused that place's disappearance doesn't start to spread.
Best of luck. You want any? See that little weird kid over there in the green?
Sure.
One of my servers said he was asking some questions that he didn't have the answers to, or he didn't have. I want to go talk to him.
I'll do that. Thanks for the
Gold-
advice.
There's a gold piece. Get him out of the bar for me.
All right. Well, that's an easy deal. I'll scoop my stuff and head on over and introduce myself.
Very nice. So, who is approaching Lokemos? What does Marius look like?
You see, Marius is a like 5'8" man who is not incredibly strong, but very like lithe, in good shape, and has a like a long sort of black coat. You can see is holding like a small duffel bag, but upon just like a quick glance, it's clear that it's some sort of like medicine kit that he seems to like keep close by. He's like tidy, but also has like thicker black gloves. So looks like some the clothing is a mix between being somewhat fashionable, but mostly prioritizing like durable. Clearly, ready to be in the shit if need be. But yeah, holds himself relatively, upright, as if a nobility. But it is strange. There is a lack of that sort of, chin upper posture, as if like looking down. It's like there's habits and impulses that are maybe at war with the way. Says, pardon me, I hope I'm not interrupting. I buy you a drink and ask for a minute of your time. Here we might have a
Yeah.
mutual interest.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Of course.
Lokemos is gonna stare at the girl, and he's actually gonna start to read her thoughts using detect thoughts, which I just discovered is not in my character sheet.
Oh, you get surface level stuff for free, and if you want to go deeper, you have to get. I think they have to make a wit, or you have to make a wisdom check.
Okay, yes, I will. I'm gonna read what's on her mind right at this moment, since she is inebriated. But I'm also, because it is a psionic spell, I can do this without any components, or I can just do it basically. So there's nothing showing that I'm doing it, basically.
Just gently move Marius aside. He stands in the way.
Sorry, excuse me. I just need to look at her for a second.
Oh, Marius turns around to see what you're looking at.
Oh my god, should I tell him? Should I not? He's cute, but he's not that cute. He's gonna die. He's a weirdo. What do I do? He's one of them. I don't know what to do. He can't find the footpath, because if he finds the footpath, he's gonna go there, and if he goes there, he's gonna die. So maybe I shouldn't tell him. But if I don't tell him, then he's gonna think that I'm a flake, and then he's not gonna want to talk to me. So he either walks away because he thinks I'm a flake, and then he's gone, or he goes up there and then he dies, and then he's gone. Somebody just sneezed in this bar, bless you. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe I should just flip a coin. I don't know what's going on. I need another shot.
And he'll stop concentrating on her and then look up at you. Yes, hello. I guess actually we're about the same size, because Lokemos is like 5'9". I look across from me. Hello, my name's Lokemos. Sorry
Pleasure to
about
meet
that.
you. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Marius.
Pleasure. What is it? Quite busy. Unfortunately, I'm searching for someone.
Oh, that's so. I come here, well, I have my own interest in the Raventree Estate and its history, and I am told that you were asking about something similar. Perhaps our investigations are in alignment.
Raventree. Does the name Red Scullion mean anything to you, by chance?
I make a history check to see if that rings a bell.
Sure. Go for it.
I was bound to roll poorly eventually.
Eventually.
Let me. What? No. Let me- You would know that that is something that's ringing a bell, like almost like a fairy tale of some
Hmm.
sort. Maybe a bedtime story you were told as a child.
I can't say that it does. It something's ringing a bell, but it's back of my mind. I'm afraid. Is that a historical figure?
Not quite sure, but I believe they know something that I need information for. I think we should work together then, since the Raventree seems to have something to do with this. Where are you? And I kind of like look off into the distance.
Oh, very well. It seems that this path, this trail that leads up to their estate, people don't come back, or those that do never step foot on the premises itself. It seems like a place to start looking. Maybe there's clues in the footprints or something.
All right. I'll follow you then. I'm a bit out of place.
All right. You see that Marius says, I've been traveling all day. It is late, and we're not gonna see much in the dark. So we should at least wait until sunrise.
Yes, I suppose that's fine. It has been a day. And he'll take another swig of his very bad dry ale.
Well, in the meantime, if there's a connection between our quarries, then we'll talk about it. I'm here to listen.
Yes, I'm just searching for my mother, is all.
Oh, see.
I just
And-
believe this Red Scullion has something to do with her disappearance.
See. When did she disappear? See, almost like subconsciously, like flips a little notebook.
Years ago. It's been quite some time. I'll kind of lean back in his chair. Me and my brother have been searching for her, and now I don't know where he is. He'll be fine. He always is.
And what made you? What's the connection to the Raventree? Did she work for the family?
She never told me. But she did speak highly of this city. So I start looking at all the other patrons in the room as well. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
who are you again? You're asking quite a
Marius.
lot.
Yes. Sorry, I'm an inquisitive type.
I see.
I like to know where I'm going, especially if people don't tend to come back, and if at all I can help find your mother.
But what is your interest in this house?
See that Marius takes a long beat before answering the question, clearly debating whether or not to tell everything. But after a moment, will proffer. I am no fan. I suspect that, well, the amount of power that they accrued, you don't get there without stepping on people on your way to the top. Something has clearly gone wrong, and, well, even more than that, everyone's very quiet and tense around here. There's something that's not being said in this area, and I want to uncover it before putting it back in the ground where it can't come back.
Yeah. Interesting. You think there's something not being said here? Maybe
Well,
they know.
There's a lot of tension in the room. A lot of notice of people who are new.
Well,
Yeah.
Clover, you better get your ass out of my bar unless you got my whiskey money, girl.
You know I got your whiskey money or I wouldn't be here to begin with.
You have some nerve showing your face without any whiskey money.
I can't help it if you make the best damn whiskey in the whole region, all right?
Make the only whiskey in the region.
Shh. Your patrons don't need to know that.
My patrons are you, Whiskers, and the weirdos that keep coming in here for your family.
These weirdos for my family. These weirdos, however, are here on their own accord and are your patrons, sir.
Whatever, just
I hop up on the bar.
Nice to see some people still having fun.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
you
just
don't know.
every day. How are y'all? Welcome in.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Are
Before
you-
he was like a 2 foot tall gnome, and she brushes off a like 1 foot long hair that is orange off of her black poncho.
Naturally. Are you part of the family?
Adjacent, family adjacent.
Oh,
We
welcome
take
to
care of the
club.
forest and the grounds around here, and the lineage of what we have done for this place goes back a very, very long time. Too long to talk about, but essentially, yeah, we used to take care of the lands and the forests and the gardens and all that.
I see. Sorry. Does the name Red Scullion sound familiar to you at all?
Nope. Sorry. Yeah, my great grandpappies were the one that mostly worked with the family. I helped take care of the stuff on the outer fringes, the really big game before they get even close to the manor a long time ago. But you know.
It's not gonna work then.
What's not gonna work?
I'm trying to find my mother, and the name Red Scullion has something to do with it. Her disappearance.
Are you sure it's a person?
No, I actually hadn't considered that. I thought it was a place.
I mean, this here, and she points to her like 3 foot long rifle that's like haphazardly on her back. This here is whiz bang, and like, I mean, it could be in like Adam. Maybe it was the reason for your mother's fall. You know, I'm just saying. Many people have fallen from whiz bang, so.
That gun goes off in here again. You're going to jail.
I cleaned it yesterday. It won't ever misfire again in your place. I promise. Never again in your establishment, sir. She goes, oh yeah, and like pulls out the little bag of whatever she owes and just puts it on the table. And then the 3 silver next to it and goes, may I have one of your 5 whiskeys, sir?
Yes, you can have a whiskey, and right around this point, Vesper and Elarion are walking in to the Ink and Quill, and the bartender pours you your whiskey, passes over, and says, and I almost forgot, I got you a gift. I'm such a fine gentleman. I got you flowers.
You got
And-
me?
Yeah, I got you flowers. I went and picked them myself, all like fancy, like my own
Look
hand.
at you.
Don't say I don't ever do nothing for you. And he pulls out this ace. He sets on the counter in front of you, Clover. Your face goes pale. Because these indigo flowers, quite beautiful, whirl down their stem. You're just filled with red. Get flashes of them taking over swaths of the forest.
My love,
Yeah,
where did you get this beautiful flower?
I got them out. Where else are you gonna get flowers? The woods.
No, but you know me. I like to go find out exactly where they came from so I can, recreate them back home.
I went north out of town near the over there.
Right, yeah, uh-huh.
I went over there, and then I went and I turned east at the oak tree, and then I walked for about 10 minutes, and then I tripped on them, and I just thought they were really beautiful.
Well, thank you. Make sure that you wash your hands and feet real good because these actually might be quite poisonous.
I was wondering that, and he kind of holds up his hands, and he's got like blue stained fingers. I was thinking this wasn't coming off, but I'll go wash them again.
Yeah, keep an eye on that and tell your great grandpappy there also about the blue on your hands so he can keep an eye on it too. He's real skilled with them alchemical things and might help you out.
Right, I'll go do that. He kind of wanders into the back. But with that, we are going to zoom out of the ink quill. And as we zoom out of the valley, see through the tree line a figure, probably not super far away from town, kind of nearby, out in the woods, that we will check in with after we get back from our human break. It has been, oh my god, it's almost been 2 hours, y'all, and it feels like it's just flying by. We still have one more family member to meet, if you can believe that, but we gotta go take our human break. We gotta go do a quick lap. So, Sam, what do you always say? Everyone in the audience, go, stand up, stretch, water yourself, unwater yourself, and we will be back in about, 10?
10, sounds great.
All right,
Thank
we'll be back, everyone. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to A House Divided, the Tome's new actual play that we're running here. Thank you so much for rejoining us after the break. It's been so fun getting to meet our family members so far. We've met 5 out of 6 of them, and just a colorful cast of characters, and we don't really know what's going on with the Raventrees yet, but we know that something is afoot and something isn't adding up quite yet. But as we leave most of our family members at the tavern, the Ink and Quill Tavern, we will bring our focus out to the woods. Out in the woods surrounding the town of Ferncombe. They're pretty expansive. You can walk for quite a while. The little valley that's down here is quite large, heavily wooded, and we find ourselves looking up at the moon through small eyes that are very delicate, and you look around, you sniff the air, before everything goes black with a thickening crunch. as our missing family member has just caught himself some dinner. No, third dinner at this point. An innocent rabbit has fallen prey to you, Dragovar. You've been out for probably 6 hours at this point, and the first 3 of those hours were just crawling away and trying to regain your strength, trying to find anything that you could eat to regain your strength, berries, plants, things of that nature. And now you've caught this rabbit.
There's this burly, rugged dwarf with just long strands of black hair and gray at the temples that falls over his face, and he's got these piercing blue eyes that sort of illuminate the darkness, and as he leans over his catch, he has this quiet just intensity as he sees it, and then tries to withhold, but then dives his teeth deep into its fur, starts consuming its flesh. Doesn't care if it's raw. He's ravenous. He finishes it within a matter of seconds. Blood smattering around his face. He looks a little deeper into the woods, and he can see in the distance faint lights, some sort of civilization not too far ahead. He stands for the first time, really stretches out fully, cracks his neck, his knuckles, and he says, "Perhaps the time has finally come to find some answers." And he will start staggering slowly towards the lights.
Nice. It's slow going. Your joints are stiff, creak, and they crack. They need to adjust to being able to move again. You're getting back into the groove of things. Oh my goodness, I just looked over and we got raided by Children of Proteus. Thank you, Children of Proteus. We love you,
Welcome in,
Fish Daddy.
Raiders.
Hi! Welcome in. We're in the middle of our gothic horror spooky adventure, A House Divided. And we're having a little bit of a solo moment with Dragovar here, who is mysteriously hunting in the woods.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Nothing strange about this situation at all.
But as you creak and crack and move yourself towards Ferncombe, Dragovar, you suddenly have memories flooding back to you of time spent in town with your loved ones and your friends, family. How does that make you feel?
He stares for a while as gaze lingers on in the distance while his mind plays out fractures of memory. Some he thought lost to him, and as they flood back in, he sort of nods in quiet concentration. He sees the faces of his family, other associates. He shuts his eyes, squinting as though he's in pain. He opens them again with some modicum of clarity. He says, "Just got to get to town, then we'll figure out What comes next? He'll start just continuing his way through the woods, slowly, painful steps.
Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
A 5.
There's
Bad,
definite,
y'all.
there's definitely some snapping, tearing, muscles, and you're in a lot of excruciating pain where you were, and now you realize that you have a level of exhaustion. So while you continue to make your way towards town, we have a group to catch up with. They are a lively bunch as the drinks start flowing, and we have kind of two pairs of folk who are at the bar chatting with each other, and then this lovely little gnome who is bouncing between them. The bartender Bud has taken the flowers off of the bar per Clover's request. Stuck them where you can't see them.
No. I need you to put them up there on the top shelf so I remember to take them home with me. If you put them behind the bar, I won't be able to see them.
How are you gonna get all the way up there on the top shelf?
Oh, sweetie, you were gonna get that for me anyway.
Right. I that you're right. He puts it up on the top shelf.
You can bring that bottle down while you're up there.
Go kick rocks. And he pours you another shot.
Mighty kind of you. So, what were we talking about, gentlemen?
Marius is leaning back, just kind of enjoying watching Clover be, living life. But we'll look and say, why don't we just make this one big table? Then you keep bouncing around, you're probably going to trip on one of those chairs.
Never.
Someone's already done that.
That never happens here, bud, right? I never trip over stairs or chairs.
No, usually how I remember it, the chairs trip over you, Clover.
Right? That's why there's so many broken ones.
Bud leans into you, Marius. She's a menace.
It looks and says, yeah, I'm hearing some contradictory statements. This is going to be a tough one to crack. Takes his drink of his whiskey.
What are you even doing in town anyway, Clover? You weren't supposed to be back for 2 more weeks.
Well, I happened across enough money to pay you back, and, well, that flower of yours is actually one of the main reasons that I am here.
You like my flowers?
I
Came
love
all
your
the-
flower.
You walked all the way out here for my flowers you didn't know I had?
Well, it's surprising that you had them, and that... Can I see your hands? How much more blue are they? Yeah, you see how the blue is expanding across your delicate hand?
Well, it just spread because of the bacon grease I used as soap.
Nah, my love. I think you caught something from that flower, which is why I'm here, because, it's might be part of a bigger cause that is,
I
how do I
caught
say?
something. What could I have caught touching flowers? They're
Well,
flowers.
when Miss Jenkins down the street got that disease from Mr. Collarbird down the other end of that street.
Well, Miss Jenkins didn't touch no flowers. Miss Jenkins was a whore.
Right, but you know how, it spread based on who she had contact with?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I shouldn't be touching food with this, should I?
You touched
You
my
should
hand.
probably at least put
No.
on some gloves at minimum.
Lokemos is gonna.
Yeah,
You
listen to that
push his
gentleman over
away.
there.
Do you need medical attention?
I don't
would say so.
know.
A little gnome appears like way too close to you, Marion.
Yeah. Oh,
The little
hi.
gnome shows up like way too close
Yeah.
and goes,
I bend down to go get to my medical kit, and then we're just like whoop, face to face.
"Hi,
Like, oh,
you know about
Hi.
them their medical stuff?
I know some about medical stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Check him out."
Yeah, that's the plan. Can I just get behind you?
Oh yeah, sure. And she like does a little hop up over the med kit and like pushes it back to you, and then crawls up on the stool next to you.
Thank you very much. Grab the bag and we'll put it on the bar and like roll out some medical tools. And I'll do a medicine check just to make sure he doesn't have some sort of infection on his hands.
Perfect. You give me your medicine check. Lokemos, what were you up to?
Pretty much just watching in amazement at everything that's happening, and definitely making sure that everything that he's touched since he's been here, he is no longer touching.
There's,
So he's pretty much been standing like this the entire time.
there's like a couple glasses you were served in the beginning that you can't verify weren't touched by him, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Hey,
Did you
bud, while
touch the
he's giving
cloth?
you a physical, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I just make myself home and go
Please
to the kitchen
tell
to wash
me.
my hands.
You did
Yeah.
not touch this glass.
That one, like today,
Oh dear God.
When was the last time you washed this rag?
he uses bacon grease as soap, so that should
Oh,
should
God.
say enough.
As I scream
Maybe
from the kitchen.
maybe the
"This ain't
13 is
soap."
because Marius is like, I don't know if I want to know what's on here. Holds up magnifying glass.
I just find some dirt and dust and like rub it all together into the bacon grease and just try to crumble it off my hands in hopes that it helps until I find soap.
Lokemos is going to use elementalism to cause a spray of cool mist on his hands and just start.
Hand sanitizering.
Dear God, I may
So
be
what'd you find out,
contaminated.
Doc?
God,
So-
what did I find out?
With so say hey. No, with the 13 you would find out this isn't hurting them. It's not like it's just like the top layers of skin that are being affected by this. You're not really sure what it is. It's not anything you've ever seen before because it's not hurting or decaying the flesh in any way. It's just spreading, and you take a little like sample of like his skin flakes off the top to see if you can use that later, like scan it later.
Could I? So I have Keen Mind, the 2024 one.
Okay.
So with my, I have a quick study. I can study as a bonus action. So could I
Ooh, very
flavorfully do that and make like a follow up? Like I don't know if that would be nature or something like that to determine like what is this? Just like a little, use that feat to do a quick follow up immediately.
Go for it.
Would that be nature to?
Yes, that would be nature.
Okay, not fantastic at this, but I'll give it a try. Hey,
Hey, there we go. That is a
scalpel back
nice,
down, magnifying glass out.
a nice dirty 20. We like that. So you're investigating, you're digging through this, you're kind of like picking this apart, and the skin cells themselves are like coming apart with this black ooze between them. You thought it was blue, but it's like this black inkiness that you've only seen described. You've never physically seen it, but you've seen it described. And it is the substance that permeates the Shadowfell.
Okay. I swirl it around, like put it in like a vial, and see if it does anything. Like when with the cork in it, if there's any change to the substance.
It quickly consumes the liquid in the vial, and just the entire vial very rapidly becomes this oily, inky substance.
Oh, it like breaks down the glass.
Not the glass itself, but the liquid inside.
Oh, it goes away.
The liquid in the skin cells?
Yeah, so you put the skin cell in this vial in a little bit of like, I don't know, alcohol or something, a little bit of liquid. You like swirl it around, and then it's all just this inky liquid goo.
Oh,
you find?
interesting.
Lokemos was kind of like looking over his shoulder.
Well,
Vesper wants to just really quick, like she's away, but she wants to just really quick try and cast prestidigitation on the barkeeper's hands.
Okay.
And see. Yeah, so
Down the bar.
Yeah, I'm like 10 feet away about. And I just kind of whisper under my breath and see if that takes care of it. Not
Yeah.
trying to be showy.
So you try to clean it, and it like starts to come off with your magic. And what color is your magic?
Purple.
Purple. Yeah. So his hands go from this blue to almost this like gray red, and he's like, what's happening? And then you see the blue come back into his hands, and now it's down to like half his palm. He's like, it's spreading, it changed colors, Clover, it changed colors.
What?
I'm sorry.
Put your hands in the air. Don't touch anything.
That
Be
was me. I was trying to help. I usually can clean things up, like bills and things. Sorry.
Keep your hands in the air. Good call. Good call. I'll get you a beer. Don't you worry. I'm just
With the-
tending the bar at this point.
With the straw, please.
Absolutely, sugar, and it appears in front of his face.
Thank you.
So-
is it a silly straw?
What was that?
It is if you want it to
Is it-
be.
Is it a silly straw?
Yeah, it curls a couple times.
It's got a little tag with his name on it. It says Bud.
Oh man.
See, this is what happens when your family comes around here.
Please tell me it's not contagious.
I don't think so. See?
Oh, God.
No,
It
no,
seems
no,
to
no.
die pretty quickly when it's not.
Hands in the
attached
air.
to a living host. Also seems quite infectious.
Infectious? Should we cut it
What
off?
happened? Not unless you want to lose
That's
your
it.
hands.
That's the
as well.
only way. Let's chop them off.
Ah.
I like that. Kind of
Elarion,
nice girl's
you have
jib.
a big
Yeah.
sword, right?
I've got a very average sword, thank you very much, but
Slightly above average.
It's about
So-
how you use your sword.
Can we stop talking
No,
about
good.
cutting my friend's hands off, ple's?
did somebody say lay on
Sure.
hands?
Don't
Whoa,
touch
whoa, whoa,
him.
whoa, whoa.
Don't touch him.
Does this look infected to you?
Oh,
Oh!
You're fine. You're a new trendsetter. You're gonna be great. We'll figure out something.
How did this happen? You need what happened leading up to you getting this?
You
infection?
feel it hug him.
Can someone please kill that music?
You feel it hug. That flower up there, he went and picked it for me.
Oh,
Yeah, there's some
Is
other
that-
fun plants that also
that
are
when
doing
you-
fun things to things.
I was picking. I touched my face.
oh God.
You just see a little blue mark on his face. Is it noticeable?
No!
No,
Did try and
not at all.
quickly like scrape it off his cheek, see if it's
Ah.
I tried to do
Hey,
like
hey,
smudge with like a part of my poncho.
yeah.
You
Wait.
scrape most of the blue off, and then there's just a little left. It doesn't seem to like have sunk
Oh,
into his
no.
skin, and then the
Yep.
smudge like rubs it in, and then you see it start to like take.
Okay, sorry, I need you to back off. This is not going to be pleasant. I'm going to. Like,
You're right.
cut it.
Ah.
Cut it and
She
get it.
backs up.
Ah!
Better than this growing on your face. Okay, somebody.
Fair.
Okay, okay. I'm going to go into doctor mode and be like, somebody go into the oven and find me a pair of mitts. Someone else find tape, and then I'm going to go and patch up his face.
As you like stitch up his face a little bit, he's like, God damn, that hurts, and he slams the bar with both of his hands, and he's like, hell.
2 shot
So-
glasses, 1 for each hand, show up. Only touch
Yeah.
these shot glasses.
They're
Don't
now
touch
nice,
his
Fill in
face.
them.
they're now nice blue handprints on the bar.
Oh God.
Uh,
Hey, friend, pretty one that tried to do the cleaning up earlier. You want to see if it works on this bar or if it's like an organic person that's a problem?
Oh, sure. I can try. And she does prestidigitation on the bar.
That one spell.
Yeah.
That one piece spell.
I can definitely talk.
The prestidigitation does clean up the bar very nicely, gets rid of the handprints, and it looked like it was trying to spread through the wood, but it was having a difficult time. It's not as fast as moving through flat.
So, looks pretty clean now.
Beautiful job. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Vesper.
Vesper, it's great to meet you. I'm Clover Honeyroot, and if you see a giant panther-sized house cat outside, that guy is Whisker Biscuits. If you hand him a biscuit, he will not eat you.
Clover, come get your cat!
I will make a note to have some biscuits with me.
And on that note, I will be right back as I will run out to the guards to make sure that they are okay with Whisker Biscuit. And I take my whiskey with me.
Thought I smelled iron earlier.
To go, whiskey.
Giant
To go.
cup. Is she serious? Actually, yeah, she's probably serious.
Can't afford to unpack that one right
I think I need another ale.
He goes to, he picks up a glass, and it starts to turn blue, and he's like, go find a waitress.
now. Is somebody getting those mitts? I'll go get them myself, and then going to put his hands in oven mitts.
Tape him like he has chicken pox.
Yep. Until we know how to contain it. Now you can touch your face without it, spreading on there or getting a knife in it, or both.
Unless it spreads to the gloves.
You see just the back of one of the gloves has
Yeah.
a blue spot that's starting,
Yeah.
but it's very slow.
You got that. You have that spell, right, for the fabric?
Yeah, I can try it again. And I prestidigitation the glove.
It goes away, but it's coming back. So every 5 minutes or so, you have to do it again.
I'll take a 5-minute timer over a 20-second timer.
Well, perhaps we could burn the place down, cleanse it.
No. Anytime y'all
I
come
think
around,
No. Obviously, cutting your
Over-
hands off is going to be the safest way of dealing with this.
I don't wanna, but I think I gotta.
All right. Start at the beginning. Notebook out. What happened? Don't leave anything out. How did
Well,
this-
I was out in the woods this morning, and I was thinking about Clover because she pissed me off because she owed me whiskey money because she stole a bottle of whiskey from me last time. So I was out and about, and I was thinking about picking her some poison ivy so that I could put it around the rim of her glass and just make her uncomfortable. Anyway, while I was walking and trying to do that, I tripped over this root, big old tree root, and it was weird because there was this silvery grass nearby, and I'd never seen that silver grass before, but it was very pretty. Anyway, I kept walking, and near the silver grass, there was this big patch of them flowers up there, and he points up to the vase up on the shelf. He says, those indigo flowers were so pretty, and they reminded me of Clover's cold, dead heart, so I had to pick them for her.
Okay, understood. Whereabouts was this that you picked these flowers?
So I went north out of town near the little foot, just out of the north of town, and I walked for about 10 minutes, and then I turned east at the oak tree, and then I headed for about, 20 minutes before I tripped over the root, and then after I tripped over the root, I think it was another 5 before I found the flowers.
What in the Morrowind?
I'm sorry. You
The-
started to say something then. Near the what?
The edge of the wood.
I would like to read his mind.
Yeah, insight.
Yeah.
Shit.
With local knowledge, that is that close to where the Raventree Estate would be?
It's in the correct direction.
Okay.
That way.
The northern
Shadowfell
Lee direction.
energy. Yes. It's disappeared and we found Shadowfell energy nearby.
His initial thoughts are like, shit, I almost told him about the footpath. I can't tell him about the footpath, because then they're going to go up to that house, and then they're going to disappear, and then they're not going to come back and buy more whiskey. I wonder if I could sell him the footpath. How'd you know that?
We must find a footpath.
Well, you ain't ever going to find it. It's overgrown.
Vesper's eyes get really black. All of a sudden, she's been holding onto her locket, and this is completely unlike Elarion's poem. But she says, and it's really kind of like a mechanical, weird, like no emotion voice, and she says, "Branches rustle, leaves shake, twigs crack, the spiders wake. Listen carefully for the oak's sake. Alone she feels the forest's ache."
I don't like her. She can stop touching my oven mitts.
What?
What
Are
do
you pointing at
mean,
me?
Yeah, little Miss Witch Queen over here coming in talking about spiders and trees.
Who you calling a witch queen?
Oh God, she's back.
And
Which?
yeah, she doesn't remember saying any of that.
Are you alright? Your eyes just turned black.
This happened before, kind of.
Clover, get your weird kin and get out of here. Go.
Listen, I just met these people. 2 of them almost ran me over on the road trying to get here, okay?
These 2 were talking about the family. He's got the old family crest, and she just started like spitting, I don't know, poetry at me, talking about spiders.
Is this a man with no
Well,
hands?
I do have prophecy in my poetry, but I didn't write any poetry right today.
What you mean about prophecy, though? That prophecy
Well-
poetry thing. Prophecy.
Get your
Well,
weird family members out of here.
Not my
Spirits
family.
talk to me, but spirits talk to me. That's normal, right? Some people have a gift.
I mean, I got family members that talk to themselves, and we wondered if they were talking to spirits at one point, but it's never been the spirits, it's always been themselves.
I can read minds.
Well, I can tell you that for sure, spirits speak to me. I have a way with them.
By the way,
You
I
are
did read your
fascinating.
mind. Thank you for that information.
Read my mind. That is an invasion of privacy or something. And turn it blue again.
Prestidigitation.
Hey, bud, don't you need to serve some other people real quick?
How am I supposed to serve anything with these things? He tries to pick up a beer glass
you
and
need-
drops it.
Yeah, you
I
need
mean, fair
medical
point.
in it.
It's about this time that the door to the tavern slams open, and like a haggard-looking young kid, probably like 15, comes running in, and he's like, "Bud, there's something eating rabbits out in the forest. There's some sort of monster out there. I found 6 of them dead in a pile.
In a pile?
In a pile.
Oh.
Puts them in a pile."
I think we
You're
ran
not
over some of
animals.
those. Remember that bump?
I like the Clover assuming that it was just your mount. That's like you were like, oh, I'm worried about these guards. I'm like, clearly.
Did they not have a biscuit?
I mean, you said they put them in a pile?
Yeah, they were in a pile. They were all bloody and gross, and like, I don't know, like something tore through them.
Yeah, the wheel
Like
from the
completely
cart.
dismembered? Wait, completely dismembered in a pile or like strewn about?
It was like chewed on. It was weird. What? Whoa, you
That
look
was-
like a guard. You look like a guard. Can you help me? I'll go take you to where I found the rabbits.
Yeah, and you look unemployed. I'm not helping you.
Unemployed. I'm 15. Unemployed.
Exactly.
But
Fair generation.
what are you?
Listen,
Nobody wants to work these days.
you
Nobody.
leave my
Companies
youngin'
is
here
going out of
alone.
business.
You leave the young in a fur comb alone, sir. You don't know their plight.
Bud's like, oh god, it's blue, and the kid's like, I don't got time for this. I gotta go protect the town from some monster. He like runs to the wall, grabs
Ollie just need a biscuit.
a biscuit. You know what? That's not a bad idea. It might be Whisker. He takes a ceremonial sword off the wall, runs to the kitchen, grabs a biscuit, runs out the.
It's not even sharp.
Neither are you.
He just met you.
Wow, rude.
Oh!
Did you just catch that? Just
Yeah,
now?
I'm
It's fine. It's funny. It's ink pot.
Mars rolls up and then we'll go and take a look at the bodies.
I ask for a refresh before we go look and take said glass with me.
Take the bottle. God.
I mean, it is easier to travel with. I appreciate your accommodation.
So is everyone leaving the tavern?
Yeah, I don't want to get anything to drink here.
Lokemos will like watch everybody leave and then follow after.
Right. Well, those of you who head out, follow this kid to the edge of town, the north side of town, where there is thick woods everywhere, large brambles and overgrowth. It looks like there's no trail through the woods that is easily accessible anywhere from town. The main road through town just sort of leads up to the woods and then just kind of stops. And this kid kind of hikes up his pants. And he's like, "All right, I saw it this way," and he starts just tramping through the underbrush to where he saw the rabbits and crawling through the underbrush, kind of calling over his shoulder. So I came out here because I wanted to find a spot where I could take my girlfriend and we could have a picnic, maybe make out a little bit, and then I stumbled upon these rabbits, and I don't know what's going on, but I know 6 rabbits in a pile are weird. That means it's some kind of monster. I can play the monster, then she's definitely gonna want to make out with me.
Don't forget your glove.
My glove. I have gloves,
Good.
and I got all the fingers.
Are you sure it's not an owlbear?
An owl bear? I can't find an owl bear. Can y'all find an owl bear?
Do I know if owl bears are even from around here?
Give me a nature check. They absolutely are not.
I like the cut of your jib thinking about them there owl bear.
I can find an owl. Wait, no, hold on. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. If y'all fight the owl bear, it'll kill you, and then eventually, it'll be weak enough where I can come in and kill it. Because it's like if there were 50 guys fighting an owl bear, that's how it would work, right? Like,
Yeah.
the guys are gonna win, but a lot of them are gonna die in the process.
That's assuming that
numbers
all
are
of them
definitely
are
more
willing to die.
The spirits say that it's more likely it's you who gets to die this night.
You should probably go home to your mama.
The locket whispers to you, Vesper, and it's just like, he's destined for a short night.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe you're supposed to lead us into battle. You know?
Well, I don't want. You just said I was gonna die tonight. I don't want. The rabbits are up there. I don't want none of this. I'm going back.
The spirits speak of destiny for you, and I wouldn't want to change that away. I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
Indeed, little captain. And I'm gonna put a hand on him and cast heroism.
What kind of destiny is this? I guess every story's got to start somewhere, and he confidently charges.
Really.
And
You were something else.
he gets to this small clearing that's probably 10 feet round. And off to one side, there's a little tree with these exposed roots, and tucked in there under the exposed roots are, in fact, 6 dead rabbits that have been gnawed on in various capacities. He's like, see? He's kind of glowing a little bit, and he's like, see? This is where I found them. And I was looking here, and I don't know what's going on.
Can I take a closer look at those rabbits? See
Yeah.
if I can figure out what kind of creature.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a nature check.
Still not my best. Survival's way better, but that's all right.
I investigate the nature of them being stacked. What does that mean? Are they in a pile? Has someone got a nice Jenga tower assembled? Like,
Yeah,
Are
give
they
me
neatly-
what are
a,
we talking?
give me a investigation check. With a 4, some sort of beast, or at least part.
Jesus.
29.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
I really want to investigate.
Uh,
Investigation is my thing.
Darius, you come to the conclusion that this was done by somebody of relatively high intelligence and sentience. Somebody deliberately, ate these things pretty cleanly. They, picked the meat off of all of the bones as much as they could, left some fur and gristle, and then, neatly stacked them here in a little bloody tower.
Someone's left a message. This is very purposeful. I'll point out the rest.
I mean, it's definitely smarter than most monsters I've hunted.
Yeah, this isn't just going for survival. It's taking exactly what it needed, left everything else in a neat stack.
Seems like we need a hero, and
Right.
she. That's the 15-year-old on the back.
May I add something to that description, Frankie?
Yes.
As he looks very expertly at this, you would probably catch the fact that for whatever reason, when you're examining these carcasses, they cast no shadow.
Move a light around the corpse. Just to see. No shadow dancing.
No shadow dancing.
Interesting.
We gotta go find this monster. It's gonna tear apart Ferncombe, and we gotta tear it to pieces before it tears up to pieces. So let's go, and let's tear this thing apart. Hoorah!
Yeah.
And as he goes to say hoorah, there's a crashing from the branches above you, and there's a flash, and then this kid who you've charged with heroic bravery, possibly stupidity, has been pinned to the ground by a kind of shadowy figure. And he just
Immediately.
ready to go.
No.
The kid just starts screaming, crying, begging for his life. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Oh my God, it's gonna eat me. Oh God, it's dead. I'm not a hero. You people are heroes. Eat them first. Go for the girl.
That was a nice 180.
Assuming that's me, the shadowy figure, I will
Yeah.
place a burly dwarven hand just over his mouth, muting him, and just be in this hulking sort of shadowy-looking, shorter than average individual has pinned him down to the ground, and he's sort of almost searching him. And he says, "What have you brought me today? Sustenance." And he looks up at the rest of you, and he says, quandary.
I told you a biscuit was a good bet.
There's a squeal from the kid under your hand, and then he just passes out. Completely goes unconscious.
You guys see this, these piercing blue, light blue eyes that illuminate in the darkness. and he looks up at all of you, this long strands of black and gray hair falling all around him. He'll see the kid pass out. He'll slowly stand up off of him. He doesn't know what to make of all of you yet, so he sort of takes a defensive stance.
That was quite an entrance there, friend.
His eyes fall on you, Clover, and they sort of size you up in a moment. He sees that you're very small, and he says, "Not much meat on that one."
I mean, I got a whole lot of meat on my friend Whisker Biscuits, but he'll have something to say about that.
He looks around. He's sort of wavery. His movement is pained, and you can tell that it's not fully. He's not fully cognizant of everything he's doing. He's still kind of reeling from something, and his body is clearly taken. Something has taken its toll on his body as he staggers around in the darkness, and he looks at you all one by one. Says, "Who are you? Where is this place?"
Right there, friends. Now. Try and eat us.
And be warned, I can employ the holiest of magics.
Nice. He looks unfazed, and he sort of groggily looks around again. There was a manor, house of high standing somewhere nearby. I no longer know the way.
Well, you're in the right neighborhood, friend.
You're searching for a house.
Among other things. Yes.
Great. Wait, why are you two here?
Also looking for a house.
Yes, I got a summons.
Suppose I kind of got a summons as well, but from the dead.
Does the name Red Scullion mean anything to any of you?
Not a clue.
Is that some
I don't even
sort
know
of onion?
anything that rhymes with Gully.
They cannot know about me.
Is that my necklace?
Can I make a perception check to try and identify the one with the vial of shadow essence in my presence?
How's your Arcana?
Ooh, not great, but I'll do it. I was
Give me
thinking
Arcana.
more of a like a
Yeah.
sense for it, but that's
Give me a perception. That works.
okay. A 10. 'Cause I'm
Sean.
You know that it's here, like you sense it, but it's kind of you're disoriented enough to not be able to tell. Everyone's kind of mingling, moving around maybe a little bit, trying to pinpoint it. It's been difficult.
right. You watch this dwarf's head sort of nod in different directions towards each of you as he seems to kind of sniff the air and kind of linger on you each too long with his eyes. They're wild and darting back and forth. And I mean, he's clearly not at his best. You look closer and you can see there are shackles on his wrists that have been broken at the mid-length on the chain. And he looks around at you all and says, "You have something I would desire from you."
I produced some kitten treat biscuits.
He looks at them and just, "No, not that.
Wanders to the
Something
woods
else."
and hands it to the giant house cat.
Yeah.
Yes, Whiskers is caught up at this point.
Before he was a panther-sized house cat, all orange, bright blue eyes, big old fat belly and everything.
Bit of guard arm.
Vesper kind of leans over to Clover. Pretty badass, right? Like,
This
really
dude-
cool. Yeah.
This dude, yeah, like at the fucking top row, just like dropping out of the sky like that. I ain't
Oh.
ever seen nothing like that. I mean, like maybe these guys when they were kittens, but nothing like that. I'm like,
What an
Ew.
entrance. What an entrance. Oh my god.
and those eyes so piercing.
Sorry, what are you two talking? Man, is he alive? Are you
Oh,
alive?
I got me.
Not you. I actually
Oh,
asked
him,
questions
got-
about
oh.
you. But
Him, gotcha.
Him.
Yeah, no, we're back to
The dwarf sort of looks around, trying to zero in on whoever has this vial, and you carry with you a piece of the house, something they did not want to get out, but they had no way of containing.
I think at that, Marius might put together what you're looking for, since he's been theorizing, like, ooh, okay, Shadowfell and connection with the same site where the house was. So when you say that, boom. So, oh, this what you're looking for? It's the violence.
His eyes will go wider, as if you've just presented some. It's almost this like animal instinct that he kind of reacts to it. He kind of lowers his head, sees it, and his eyes lock in on it. And slowly he extends one of his shackled hands.
I will
Give.
palm it back.
Uh,
What is it that you're looking for? No.
I have business with those who are in the house, those who delve deeply into the earth and beyond. And then he kind of zeroes back in on the vial and he says, "Please,
I'll say, tell me what it is, but it is held within reach. It's not a condition. As he holds up the vial.
he'll sort of look like he's having a hard time staying cognizant throughout this whole thing, and he's what it is shadow and darkness. Why? I do not know. But must have it. And he just holds out a hand expectantly, kind of quivering. You can see that he's got sort of like these metal gauntlets, not gauntlets, but like leather gloves with like metal plates on them over his knuckles. looks like they're used for punching or hitting, and they're spattered with blood. You realize that he's also armed. He's got 2 Katars tucked into these sort of sheaths at his side, slung low on a belt with a couple of daggers and things tucked into them. And he just stares at you and just locks eyes with this object.
Perhaps we'll, as a to reach it out. Can I make a medicine check? Is this an addiction thing? What's happening here? Feels like maybe not a great idea to pass it over. The thought that cross hers.
Look at you being
Yeah.
good buddy.
With a 19, that's pretty good. It's along the same lines, but it's not lining up exactly. Like, this isn't a physical addiction kind of thing. It's more something internal, almost like a mental pull, like a psionic type deal.
I'll turn my body and with the other hand sort of gesture and bring you in and try to get some momentum back. He's like, hey, you need some rest. You need to. There's a bar not too far away from here. We can get you some drinks, get some food in you, and try to like distract while palming it with the other hand.
You watch as he gets sort of frustrated. He says, "That would be a waste of all our time. Give me the vial."
Well, I'll look around and see try to read the room. What's the group feeling?
Yeah, you look around, you see Elarion had stepped up right next to you, hand on sword, but wary, protective.
Clover's weirdly comfortable in what's happening and kind of looks like expectant, like, why haven't you given him the vial just yet?
That is the exact same thing. Like, Vesper is like, hey, this guy needs this. Like, and he's like really intense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust him, but
he's still battle ready, but he's less than he was before, and he's kind of trying to read what's. He's like, if we're ready to fight, I'm gonna fight, but
Yeah. Mars very much has a look of like, this is kind of the only evidence we have right now, and I don't know that giving it to him is gonna still have it.
I mean, if I
and
can
also
break the
seems harmful.
tension.
Dwarf
Yeah.
loses patience at a certain point, and suddenly you hear him, "Yeah," and with the flash, he disappears.
I was about to say, what
we
is
got a
the
whole bunch of
hesitation?
flowers. We have like
Um,
a ton of those flowers back at the bar.
Yeah, but he wants this one. I don't know.
And he will attempt to squirrel that away from his hands while invisible.
That would be.
Or he'll use his invisibility to get close and try to grab it from him, basically.
I mean,
I think-
Mr. Stranger, it's just a flower. We can get more. We just want to know more about it.
I think this would be. I'm gonna say the sleight of hand from Dragovar versus Marius's disadvantage stealth.
I won't fight if he goes to snatch it. Like, Marius is not much of a fighter.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So it just like slips
It
out
just
of your hand.
happens,
Yeah.
and disappears.
As soon as he takes it from him, he probably becomes visible for the fact of
Yeah,
doing
that would
that.
be.
And he'll scurry off about 15 feet away from all of you into the woods, pop the vial, and just pour it down his throat.
About 10 feet from you on the other side is a giant orange house cat from us.
Not even
As-
picking up on the radar at the moment.
As this is all happening,
Yeah, that's why I did.
Yeah,
This
is there an
is-
opportunity here, being in proximity, as he becomes visible to do something?
Yeah, there would be a brief moment to attempt something. Yes.
I would like to reach out, cast Lay on Hands, and attempt to cure a disease.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Very nice. I would say that Dragovor probably is too focused on this vial and getting away that he probably wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your lay on hands does get off.
Seems to.
Any? Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say it doesn't seem to do much. I guess it would probably heal some standard hit points. I don't know what else. I don't know what else Lay on Hands does. Frankie, you would have to.
It would cure disease or a handful of conditions, but I don't think you're under any.
Not this one probably.
What does your lay on hands look like?
You see like my holy symbol glow, like a deep gold, like verging on like becoming like black. And as it connects, it flashes green outward, and then just kind of lingers and shimmers on wherever I've touched. I would also mention that it wouldn't go off if this creature was undead or a construct.
If what now?
Like if I touch and it does nothing, I mean I won't know, but like
Oh,
it
but
will.
what were the conditions?
Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Sorry. So when I touch you with Lay on Hands, I'm not trying to like probe for information. I'm just noticing like if it doesn't go off for some reason, either there's like some sort of like magical protection on there, or they could be a construct or undead. And again, not probing for information, just letting you know in case it doesn't work
I'll let
for
you
others.
answer that, Frankie. You're not coming through, Frankie. You're muted.
There we go. I knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
It always happens.
Always happens. It would cause him to glow, and it would appear to refresh him, but it all happens so fast. See what exactly is going on.
Yeah,
Well-
Dragovard just kind of downs this thing, and as soon as he's done, he throws the vial on the ground, wipes his face, and just breathes. Stands there just looking out the darkness, just breathing for a moment. Kind of like there's just the breath has just been put back in his lungs.
I mean, that was a good
Oh,
vial.
that's badass.
Dang.
And
Getting
he'll,
the vapors over there, Vesper, aren't ya?
and he'll look over his shoulder eventually at you, the eyes again just lingering in the darkness, and he'll look at you and say, "What is the year?"
That's that question.
Yeah, it's a DM question.
The same year it was last year.
The same.
Wait a second. Carry the
It
one.
is 1312.
Okay.
Or your own, adjust all of your dates and times and clocks accordingly.
See, carry the one.
Do we have daylight saving time?
No, because we're smarter than that.
3 degrees west.
We're about to save a lot of
But as this is all happening, Dragovar runs off and downs the vial, and you're chatting. The kid from town kind of wakes up with a gasp. He looks around. You're all crazy. You're all fucking crazy. And he stands up and he takes off into the woods in a different direction from where he brought you.
Takes one to know one, little captain.
I think he's
Should've
going the
warned.
wrong way.
Yeah, I should warn his mama that he's out here, huh?
What is this shit? Ah!
The spirits really
Oh, I
did
think she'll
think
hear.
he would die.
Wait, what is he yelling about now? Wait, you said he would die? And I take off towards wherever he was starting to yell.
You didn't think to tell us that 5 minutes ago. And Lokemos will also rush after.
Well, I did my duty.
Oh, no.
Duty.
You can't change someone's fate. They're fated to die. Not much you can do.
We could try.
As you run through the woods, you start to hear the chirping of birds. Excited birds. And you kind of break through the trees, Clover, and you see this patch on the ground of these kind of weird rainbow-colored succulents that are about yay big. And they're, I forget what they're called, but they're like the flowery leaf ones. Very thick, rainbowy leaves that are iridescent and kind of change color, right? And in the middle of this patch, you see a pair of boots, the clothes this kid was wearing, and then fluttering all around frantically on top of the succulents are a swarm of these iridescent colored like finches flying and fluttering and panicking.
I'm going to throw my small arms straight out in case anybody was following me and like, whoa. And then cast Speak with Animals and be like, what up, birds? How you guys doing up there?
In like 20-fold, you hear, what is this? What's happening? What is this? What's happening? What's happening? What is this? I hit the, what's the, ah! Just panic.
What are you hitting? What are you hitting and what was not normal?
Just sparkles. What is it? Where? Clothes, birds, tweet, seeds.
Wait. Son, is that you?
Where am I? Where are we? Up, down, seeds, flapping,
Come to me.
flying.
Come to me. I have it all. Just come to me. Seeds, perches, nesting, sleeping. Over here. Seeds, nesting, seeds, and nesting.
Can I have all of you present make me a dexterity saving throw?
What if we didn't run after the kid?
Then you do not have to.
Okay.
Anyone
Oh, okay.
present here?
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Clover, you are okay because you're rather short. But as you say this to this panicked flock of finches, they come here, you watch, the three of you sort of watch as all of the finches turn and lock in and they just come shooting at you. And as they do, they fly right over Clover and they actually end up piercing Lokemos and Elarion for 3 piercing damage. As these birds just slam and scratch, snarl at you, some get caught in your hair, and then they just take off for it.
Oh, shit.
Bird storm.
You guys okay over there?
And
Link.
here's tweeting, spew.
Has Clover encountered nature doing weird shit like that before? Like, ever?
No, but you've seen the succulents before. What were you saying, Elarion?
Oh, no, we can't hear
You're not coming through. Can't hear Sam.
You muted.
Think so.
So many
There you
spiders.
go.
Not birds, spiders.
Don't
I mean,
forget
what
to
you know
watch
about
out for the
spiders?
spiders.
You know what rhymes with spider? Lighter.
Is it so you light it on fire?
What? Ow. Oh. Sharp.
You're right.
Oh, he's
Fine.
gonna die by a spider. Don't worry about it.
I mean, they do kill a lot of people around here.
Not me.
You guys, any of you get hurt? Need some help? Like,
A little bit, yes. But
I'll touch Lokemos for Hang on one second. For 5 healing points. No problem. I'm doing my part, obviously. I'm not a running into battle sort of gal.
Well, that's fine. It's just like none of y'all really knew him. Normally, I wouldn't be running in either. I kind of felt responsible, but now, he's Finches, so no use in worrying his mama now. There ain't shit she can do about it.
He's Finches. What? What do you mean he's Finches? He just.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I see the clouds now.
Yeah.
Can I investigate this little circle that he's in while
Yeah.
she talks?
What you got, Vesper?
Oh, I was just gonna say you can't escape your own fate.
Well, is he technically dead?
I mean, he's
Close enough.
alive in just so many different forms. I'm still wrapping my own head around it. I ain't seen nothing like this before. I wonder if it's like a school of fish. You know how they all migrate together because he's all one multiple of something.
I haven't had enough ale for this philosophical question, but
I kind of think to the spirits
Passes the
and
wisdom.
and wonder about if he is alive in another form. Is it like death? Do the spirits say anything back to me?
The spirits do respond, and I think that's where we're going to fade out for the evening. We're going to fade out on Vesper being told from the spirits and her locket, one of you will betray the others for great gain.
I'm gonna not say anything about that to anybody.
Just gonna keep that
Yeah, let's
one.
sit on that.
Just gonna hold that one for a bit. But that is where we will fade out for the evening because we are just over the 3-hour mark. This has been the end of our first episode of A House Divided, and it was so much fun. Thank you all for coming
So
out.
good.
It was a ton of fun. Thank you all in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. It was absolutely a ton of fun. We will be back next week. We're back next Tuesday because this is we've upgraded at the Tome. This is a weekly gig now, so we'll be back in 1 week. We'll be back on your screens, and we will continue our fun little gothic romp here. But before we go tonight, I just want to do one more shout out to everybody and just go around and who are you? Where are you? Where can we find you? What are you doing right now? Shout your stuff out. We got people going while Sam is finding somebody to raid, and we'll just go in the same order we went before. So let's start with Loki.
I'm Irving or Loki. I am creating a comic book right now. You can find that on Facebook at www.facebook.com/blackdragon7592.
There's the numbers.
Lovely.
So I'm Aaryn, and you can find me mostly just on TikTok because that's the only one I do. At Even Footing Games or at Even Footnotes, and you can find Babies and Broadswords at evenfootinggames.com.
Oh, go buy Babies and Broadswords now. It's fantastic, and it's a fantastic system. And I need to run it at the Tome, but that's a later discussion. Go buy Babies and Broadswords.
Who's next? I don't remember the order.
I don't either. I think I see Alex next. Go.
All right. Hi, I'm Alex Carson. I'm making a cinematic mass combat game called Banners and Blades. You can join the Discord server for that. Follow. There will be a Kickstarter when that gets ready to go. But it's not up yet, so I don't have a link to give other than the Discord.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. Trey, next.
Hi, I'm Trey, and I work on digital BTT games, just like the one we're playing right now. And we're hard at work on some new products that are getting ready to hit the shelves in the near future. Look forward to some socials that'll become relevant in the future that aren't relevant at the moment. So I'll list them later.
Yeah, we'll get them where they need to be. Amy?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amy. On top of producing everything that Trey just said, I will try to get out of this southern accent at some point by the end of this conversation.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna.
Nope.
No, it's too perfect.
Besides also producing everything that Trey just talked about, I also Twitch stream on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come grab your coffee, wake up with me. It helps me stay on that normal capitalistic schedule that we all have to pay attention to. So,
What's the address for your stream?
Twitch.tv/dancinggnome.
Lovely. We
Can't tell from
love
all of my.
we love coffee with Amy. I'm never up at 7 o'clock today, but I love pretending I like coffee with Amy.
Yeah, me too.
We're there till about
Spirit.
10. It's fine. It's not for everyone.
We'll get there. I like it. I love hanging. It's a lot of fun. And this is great. Sam, what you got?
Oh, hey folks, I'm Sam. You can catch me here at Link's Tome of Adventure. You've probably caught me on places like Fablemasters, or playing games with Aaryn and Rick over at Even Footing, or all sorts of lovely things. You can come into the Tome, and we've got a new Daggerheart campaign going on. We've got a couple of new Daggerheart things opening up. Our latest is the successor to Forget Your Darlings in the world of Aurencia, which Link created, and I've been creating in, and it's been a heckin' great time. So stay tuned for that. Oh, I'll leave that for you. You've got a cool thing to shout out, don't you?
Me?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Peridot, Clods.
Oh, yes, of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Link. Link's Tome of Adventures, the Link from Link's Tome of Adventures, and I would like to announce here, I announced it a couple weeks ago on the Grouch Couch, but I'd like to announce it here, that we at the Tome do these things called chapters, which is little micro, like 2, maybe a 3-shot, right? More than a 1-shot, but not quite like a whole campaign, right? We call them these chapters, these Tome Bellas. It's always a fun thing. And coming soon to the Tome, there's going to be a Steven Universe themed chapter where everybody gets to play as one of the gems of their choice. So if you're a fan of Steven Universe, come out, enjoy that. That'll be a lot of fun. So definitely join the Discord. We'll have lots of details on that coming up soon. The last chapter we did was a lot of fun. We had some of these people in it too, where we were trying to stop Cartoon Network from being taken over in a hostile takeover by Disney and Disneyfied through everything. So they had to play characters like Dee Dee and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. We had Johnny Bravo. We had Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was such a great time. It was a lot of fun. And so we're hoping to bring that out for the Steven Universe chapter as well, because I just finished watching the show for the first time, and I'm super inspired by it.
So good. Such a good story if y'all haven't seen it.
It's good. It's fantastic. But did you find somebody for us to raid, Sam? You. Hey, we got the raid message in chat. You're muted.
Yeah, of course I am. Raid message in chat. So we're gonna go raid our friend Sylvie. They are an incredible streamer, a lot of fun. Sometimes a little bit more adult content. So stay tuned, and we'll see you all shortly. Love you all.
See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.